座。女士们、先生们、同志们、记者朋友们，大家上午好。中国共产党第20次全国代表大会10月22日胜利闭幕。今天，我们请来中央有关部门负责同志介绍解读党的20大报告主要精神。出席今年新闻发布会的
on the issues related to the 20th National Congress of the CPC. We have with us Mr. Chen Yixing, Secretary General of the Commission for Political and Legal Affairs of the CPC Central Committee, Mr. Jiang Jingquan, from the General Office of the CPC Central Committee, Mr. Mu Hong, from the Central Commission for Comprehensively Deepening Reform, and Mr. Wang Jianxin, Director of the Publicity Department of the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection of the CPC, and Mr. Sun Yeli, Vice Minister from the Publicity Department of CPC Central Committee.
各位记者朋友，我主要介绍2个方面的内容。首先，
Friends from the press, I'll mainly brief you on the following 2 aspects. First, the basics of the report for the 20th CPC National Congress. The Congress is a meeting of great importance, held at a critical time as the entire party and the Chinese people of all ethnic groups are embarking on a new journey to build China into a modern socialist country in all respects, and to realize the second centenary goal. The report adopted at the Congress expounded on a host of major theoretical practical issues and summarized the work of the past 5 years and great changes in the first decade of the new era. It identified the theme of the Congress, elaborates on the new frontier in adapting Marxism to the Chinese context and the needs of the times, and sets out the CPC's missions and tasks in the new journey of the new era. It also sets out China's overall objectives for the next 5 years. It is a political declaration and a program of action for the CPC to unite and lead the Chinese people of all ethnic groups to strive for the victory of socialism with Chinese characteristics in the new era. It is a guideline of Marxism. It demonstrates the full implementation of intra-party democracy and the whole process people's democracy, and encapsulates the wisdom of the whole party and people of all ethnic groups. Opinions were sought extensively from more than 4,700 people, and also from online from the public. Online opinions was over 80,000 items. The report epitomizes the practical experience and theoretical innovations of the party and people in the new era, the wisdom of the whole party and society, and meets the expectations of the people. It will surely have a significant, far-reaching impact on the party to unite and lead the people in building a socialist modern China and promoting the rejuvenation of the Chinese nation, and will help the international community to better understand the party's philosophy, approach, and capacity of governance. Next, I would like to share with you my observations of the great changes in the first decade of the new era. The first section of the report touches lightly on the work of the past 5 years since the 19th Party Congress, and heavily on the great changes in the first decade of the new era. The past decade has been a decade in which China's development has taken a new and great step forward, and the rejuvenation of the Chinese nation has been accelerated. In the past decade, the party united and led all people and adopted a number of strategic measures developed a range of transformative practices, and made a series of breakthroughs and landmark advances. We have withstood risks and challenges in the political, economic, ideological, and natural domains, secured historic achievements, and seen historic changes in the cause of the party and the country, and taken China on a new journey toward building a modern socialist country in all respects. The great changes of the first decade in the new era have been all-dimensional, fundamental, and paradigm-shifting, which could be seen in the aspects of reform, development, and stability, domestic and foreign affairs and national defense, and the governance of the party, the country, and the military. The report summarizes the great changes of the past decade in 16 aspects and comprehensively demonstrates the magnificent journey of the great changes of the new era. As far as I'm concerned, there are 6 aspects of great significance. First, the major political outcome of the 2 establishments is achieved. It is a major political judgment made by the party since the 18th CPC Congress. It is the most important political achievement in the first decade of the new era and a fundamental reason for the great changes. It plays a decisive role in advancing the rejuvenation of the Chinese nation and the development of the party and the country. Second, the CPC has tempered itself through revolution and grown stronger. After 10 years of full and rigorous party self-governance, we have addressed the problem of lax and weak self-governance in party organizations at the root and removed serious hidden dangers in the party, the country, and the military. The party has maintained a closer bond with the people and has made profound improvements. It is of major and far-reaching significance to ensure that the party will never change its nature, its conviction, or its character, and ensure that the party remains the strong leadership of socialism with Chinese characteristics. Third, the goal of building a moderately prosperous society in all respects is met. In the past decade, we implemented the new development philosophy, pursued high-quality development, deepened supply-side structural reform, and sped up the building of a new pattern of development. We won the battle against poverty, which historically resolved the problem of absolute poverty, and completed the building of a moderately prosperous society in all respects on schedule, which ushered in a new era of comprehensive economic and social progress that has never been seen in the history of the Chinese nation and has benefited the entire population. It has laid a more solid material foundation for the achievement of the second centenary goal and the rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. Fourth, the ability to safeguard national security is strengthened. In the past decade, we implemented a holistic approach to national security, ensured both development and security, and improved the national security system. We have not yielded any ground on matters of principle and effectively handled the provocative and disruptive attempts of the hostile forces on Taiwan, Hong Kong, Tibet, Xinjiang, and the South China Sea. We have defended the national sovereignty, security, and development interests with firm determination and comprehensively strengthened national security. Fifth, China's international standing significantly advanced. In the past decade, we fully advanced major country diplomacy with Chinese characteristics, promoted the building of a community with a shared future for mankind, firmly upheld international fairness and justice, and advocated true multilateralism. We opposed hegemonism and power politics, unswervingly opposed unilateralism, protectionism, and bullying practices, and taken an active part in the reform and building of the global governance system. China's international influence, appeal, and power to shape have risen markedly. Sixth, China's institutional strengths are more significant. In the past decade, we have comprehensively deepened reform with enormous political courage and removed institutional obstacles in all areas. This has enabled us to put in place fundamental institutional frameworks and to achieve historic, systemic, and holistic transformations in many fields. The system of socialism with Chinese characteristics has become more mature and well-defined, and China's system capacity for governance have been further modernized, providing a more complete institutional guarantee for the long-term stability of the party and the country, and for the rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. The great changes cannot be made without the strong leadership of the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, and the united and relentless efforts of the whole party, military, and people. They have come from the collective dedication and hard work of our party and our people. They will be remembered as a glorious chapter in history. Thank you very much. Next, I'll give the floor to Mr. Sun Yeli.
Friends from press, good morning. The report to the party's 20th National Congress is a political manifesto. It features great vision, rich contents, and a profound system. It crystallizes the party's innovations in theories and practices since the party's 18th National Congress. It also provides us with the scientific guidance in further making innovations in theories and practices. I would like to focus on the chapter of a new frontier in adapting Marxism to the Chinese context and the needs of the times in the report. The second chapter of the report is dedicated to Marxism. Marxism is our fundamental guidance in running the country, but we are not confined to the lines in Marxism, but rather we've been adapting Marxism to the Chinese context. Since the 18th Party Congress, Chinese communists, represented by Comrade Xi Jinping, profoundly grasped the new developments in domestic and international situations in searching for theoretical and practical solutions to the key issues related to the development of the party and the country. And these are crystallized in the Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics. This represents the quintessence of Marxism in China, Marxism in the 21st century, and the fine Chinese traditional culture. At the 19th National Congress of the Party and the 6th Plenary Session of the 19th Central Committee, the main contents of the thought was summarized, and we need to keep to it and bring it to new height. And this report further expounds on what we have learned in upholding and developing Marxism. Specifically, we need to focus on two integrations. That is, the integration of Marxism with the Chinese context and with the fine traditional Chinese culture. I shall say a few more words about the two integrations. First, integrate Marxism with China's specific realities. Our party has all along stressed and upheld this. This is a most valuable experience in the party's history during the past century, and it has led us from success to success. During the new democratic revolution, we have explored the path of Chinese revolution based on China's realities, namely the countryside encircling the cities. After the founding of the new China, we have explored a new path of socialist development in keeping with China's realities. Back in 1950s, Comrade Mao Zedong wrote an essay entitled On 10 Relationships. And after the reform and development, we developed a whole system of theories of socialism with Chinese characteristics. All these are examples of combining the basic tenets of Marxism with the changing realities in China. During the history of our party, there were cases of deviation from China's realities, rigidly memorizing lines of classics or copying foreign experiences, and that has caused major setbacks in the development of the country. That is why, in the report, General Secretary Xi Jinping stressed that we should not take Marxism as a rigid dogma, but instead we need to free our minds, seek truth from facts, move with times, and take a realistic and pragmatic approach. Secondly, we need to integrate Marxism with China's fine traditional culture. At the assembly celebrating the centenary of the party, General Secretary Xi has already put forward this important view, and the report this time further expounded on this. This is another major innovation in terms of theory by our party. As a matter of fact, our system, our path, and the lines and principles of the party embody the fine traditional Chinese culture, but in terms of theory, this hasn't been specified before. This is the first time that General Secretary Xi has set out this integration. It summarizes our history and it reflects the laws of development of our course, and it provides the guidance for our theoretical development in the years ahead. It also represents a new height in the thinking of Chinese communists as well as our cultural confidence. It has therefore deep and profound basis. When Marxism was introduced into China, why it was able to be chosen by the Chinese people? This is no coincidence. A key reason is that the scientific socialism is highly compatible with the fine traditional Chinese culture. In adapting Marxism with Chinese context and the needs of our times, we are able to revitalize the time-honored Chinese civilization with the power of Marxism. At the same time, China's fine traditional culture has also enriched Marxism. That is why we say the adapted Marxism to the Chinese context reflects China's vision and Chinese character, and this second integration will enable us to more closely combine our party's theories with the over 5,000 years of history of the Chinese civilization. It will also help us to realize that this Marxism will take deep root in the heart of the people. This report also expounds on the 6 upholds, namely upholding people-centeredness, self-confidence and standing on our own feet, upholding fundamental principles and breaking new ground, upholding people-oriented approach, applying systems thinking and adopting a global vision. And all of these reflect the characteristics and features of the scientific thought. And it also reflects General Secretary Xi Jinping's deep love for the people and CPC's courage to break new ground in theories, and our commitment to a global vision. And in learning the report, we need to keep to these basic points. This is my opening remarks. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sun Yeli. Next, Mr. Mu Hong, you have the floor.
Friends from the press, good morning. I would like to brief you on the strategic planning on advancing high-quality development in the report. The report pointed out that to build a modern socialist country in all respects, we must first and foremost pursue high-quality development. Development is the party's top priority in governing and rejuvenating China. Pursuing high-quality development as our overarching task will make sure that our implementation of the strategy to expand domestic demand is integrated with our efforts to deepen supply-side structural reform. Will boost the dynamism and reliability of the domestic economy while engaging at a higher level in the global economy and move faster to build a modernized economy. Will raise total factor productivity, make China's industrial supply chains more resilient and secure, and promote integrated urban-rural development and coordinated regional development so as to effectively upgrade and appropriately expand China's economic output. To study the spirit of the report, we must understand why high-quality development is the first and foremost task for building a modern socialist country, and why is it a defining feature of the Chinese modernization. Since the reform opening up, development has been viewed as the basis and key to addressing all issues. From development is of paramount importance to development, and to it is the party's top priority to govern and rejuvenate China. From the scientific outlook on development to the new development philosophy, the party's understanding of development has been advancing with the trend of the times and further progressing with new and enriched substances. In the new era, as we have identified, the principal contradiction facing Chinese society is the one between unbalanced and adequate development and the people's ever-growing needs for better life. The quality of development has been put under the spotlight for embodying most of the problems in development. To build a modern socialist country in all respects, we must uphold a people-centered development approach, shift development pattern, turn to innovation-driven, and promote reform in quality, efficiency, and driving force, so as to improve the quality and level of development. The CPC Central Committee noted that applying the new development philosophy and advancing high-quality development is a profound reform affecting the overall picture of modernization. The GDP growth rate could not serve as the sole yardstick of success for development. Rather, it was imperative to achieve high-quality development in which innovation is the primary driver, coordination is an indigenous trait, eco-friendly growth prevails, openness to the world is the only way, and shared growth is the ultimate goal. That is why the report this time has put development quality in a more prominent position, and the requirement for high-quality development could be seen in economic, social, cultural, environment, and all other aspects. Since the party's 18th National Congress, the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core has made a host of major judgments and strategic plans. The fifth plenum of the 18th CPC Central Committee put forward a new philosophy of innovative, coordinated, green, open, and shared development. The 19th CPC National Congress pointed out that China's economy has been transitioning from a phase of rapid growth to a stage of high-quality development. And the fifth plenum of the 19th CPC Central Committee noted to foster a new pattern of development in which domestic circulation as the mainstay and domestic and international circulations reinforcing each other. In the past decade, China's economic, technological, and overall national strength have reached new heights. China's position as the world's second-largest economy has been further consolidated. The per capita GDP increased to 81,000 yuan. The ratio of social investment in R&D to GDP increased from 1.91% in 2012 to 2.44% in 2021. The ranking in Global Innovation Index rose from the 34th to the 11th. The urbanization rate rose from 53.1% to 64.7%. The gap between urban and rural residents' per capita disposable income fell from 2.88 to 1 to 2.5 to 1. The life expectancy increased to 78.2 years. The middle income group gradually expanded, and nearly 100 million rural population have been lifted out of poverty. China has built the world's largest education system, social security system, healthcare system. Ecological and environment protection have also undergone historic, transformative, and overall changes. Risks of all forms have been diffused. China's development quality has been gradually improved. The report to the party's 20th National Congress puts high-quality development as the first and foremost task for building a modern socialist country, which further testifies to the overarching and long-term significance of development quality. The report has also set out the following strategic plans for advancing high-quality development. First, accelerate the building of a new pattern of development. We will uphold the strategic base point of expanding domestic demand, deepen supply-side structural reform, accelerate the building of a unified national market, and facilitate the full flow of various production factors. We'll modernize the industrial system, enhance the resilience and security level of the industrial supply chains, deeply involved in global industrial distribution and cooperation, and foster a new pattern of development with domestic and international circulations reinforcing each other. Second, stay committed to the strategy of innovation-driven development. We'll improve the new system for mobilizing resources nationwide to boost China's strength in strategic science and technology and achieve breakthroughs in core technologies in key fields. We'll promote economic and social development with greater technological self-reliance and strength, and leverage the role of innovation to improve the quality and efficiency of the real economy. We'll also improve the innovation system involving multiple actors across various levels. Third, build a high-standard socialist market economy. We'll stick to the reform direction of the socialist market economy, unswervingly consolidate and develop the public sector, and unswervingly encourage, support, and guide the development of the non-public sector. We'll work to see that the market plays the decisive role in resource allocation, and that the government better plays its role and inspire and protect the enthusiasm and creativity of all parties in promoting socialist modernization. Fourth, advance rural revitalization across the board. We'll pursue integrated development of urban and rural areas and facilitate the flows of production factors between them. We'll steadily promote the revitalization of businesses, talent, culture, ecosystems, and organizations in the countryside, and the modernization of agriculture and rural areas. Fifth, promote coordinated regional development. Will implement major regional strategies and complement the strength of the developed and less developed regions, the East, Central, West, and Northeast regions for shared development, so as to pursue solid progress toward common prosperity. Sixth, promote high-standard opening up. We'll leverage the strength of China's enormous market, attract global resources and factors, promote high-quality Belt and Road cooperation, for better quality and higher level of international circulation. We'll steadily expand institutional opening up and establish an open economy that is diverse, balanced, secure, and efficient, and brings benefit to all. On high-quality development, important plans have been made at the party's 20th National Congress. We must gain a full understanding of the report and act on the requirements for high-quality development in our work on all fronts. Amidst the current complex situation, some people in China and abroad have expressed their concerns on China's future development, and I think the targeted and future-oriented strategic measures in the report this year will help to remove doubts and reinforce their confidence. Thank you.
谢谢穆红同志。
Thank you very much.
下面请陈一新同志做介绍。
Next, I'll invite Mr. Chen Yixing.
记者朋友们，大家好。
Dear friends from the
我
press,
简要谈
good
谈
morning. Let
关
me
于
talk about
坚持全面依法治
exercising
国、
law-based
推
governance
进
on all
法
fronts
治中国建设
and
的
advancing
认
the
识
rule
和
of
体
law
会。
in China.
党的20大报
The
告
report, the 20th
首次
CPC
单
National
独
Congress has for the
把
first
法治建
time
设
made
作为
plans for
专
the
章
rule of
论
law
述
as a
专门部署。
major section
这充分体
at
现了
a Congress of Party
以习近平
delegates.
同志为
This
核
fully
心的
shows that
党
the
中央
CPC Central Committee with Comrade
对
Xi Jinping at its
全
core
面依法治国的
attaches
高度
great
重视。
importance to exercising law-based
一是
governance on all
从
fronts.
政治意义上看，
Politically,
这进一步宣示了
this
我
further
们党
demonstrates that
矢
our
志不渝
party
推进
is
法
fully
治建设的
determined to
坚定
promoting
决心，
the rule of law.
彰显了我们
It
党
shows
不
that
仅
our party
敢于革命、
is not only a
善于
party
建设，
with the courage
勇于
for
改革的政党，
revolution and reform
更
and
是
wisdom for
信仰
development,
法
but
治、
also a party convicted
坚
in,
守法治、
committed to,
建设法治的
and
政党，
acts to build the rule of law.
是我们党
It is
坚
a
持全面依法治国的。
political manifesto of
政
our
治宣
party in upholding
二是从
law-based governance on all fronts.
理论意义上看，
From a
这进一步
theoretical
丰
point
富和
of
发
view,
展
it further enriches
习
and
近平
develops
法
Xi
治思
Jinping's
想，
thought on the rule of law,
深化了对中
deepens
国
the
共产党
understanding of the
依法
laws
执政规
of
律
the、CPC's law-based
社会主义
governance,
法
the
治
laws
建设
of
规律、
developing socialist rule of law,
人类社会
and
法治
those
文
of
明发
the
展
human
规律的认
culture
识，
for the rule of law.
是我们党
It is
推
a
进法治中
programmatic
国建设的
document for
纲领
our
性文件。
party to establish
但是从
China
实
as
践
a
意义
country
看，
under the rule of law. In
这进一
terms
步
of the
深化和
practice,
拓
it
展了
further
新时代
expands
党和国家
the
工作
plan of
的
action
布
of our
局，
party and country in a new era.
表明了
It
将
shows that
全面推
exercising
进国
law-based
家各
governance
方面
on
工作
all
法治化，
fronts is taking an
是我们
increasingly
党
important
治国
position.
理
It
政
is
的
a key
重
method of
要
our
治理
party
方式。
in state governance.
关于法治建设的地位
As
作
to
用、
the role,
总体要求
overall
和
requirement
重点
and
工
key
作，
tasks of building the rule
党
of
的
law,
20大报
the
告
report has
做了
also
全面的阐述。
laid
我理解
out
主要有5个方面
a
的内容
general：plan. There are 5
一
parts
是
to it.
强
First
调
is to
遵
stick
循
to
法
the
治之纲，
general
这个
guideline,
纲就是报告
which
提
is
出的
the
新时
overall
代法治
requirements
建设总
for
体要
building the
求。
rule of law in the new era.
报告阐述了
The
全
report
面依法治国在
clearly
全局
states
工作
the
中的
role
坐标定位，
in the general
明
plan
确
of
了
work
新时
of
代法
exercising
治
law-based
建设
governance
的
on all
总体
fronts
要
and
求。
sets out the overall requirements
这
for
具
this
有
field of work.
纲
This is
举
the
莫
very
瞻的重
foundation
要作用。
for our endeavor.
我们要
We
坚
must
持以习
stay
近平
guided
法治
by the
思
Xi
想
Jinping thought on the
为
rule of
旨，
law,
围绕建设
take
中国
as
特色社会
our
主义法治
overarching goal
体
to
系，
develop a
建
Chinese
设
system of
社会
socialist
主义
rule of
法
law
治国
and
家
establish
这
China
样
as
一
a
个
socialist
总
country
目
under
标，
the rule of law,
坚持党的
stick
领
to the
导，
unity of
人
the
民当
party's
家作主，
leadership, running of the country
依
by
法
the people, and
治国
law-based
有其统
governance,
一，坚定不移
and stay
走中
unswervingly
国
on the
特色
path
社会
of
主义
socialist
的
rule of
法治
law
道路，
with Chinese
确
characteristics,
保新时代
to
法治中国
make
建
steady and
设
sustained
行稳
progress
致
in
远。
advancing the rule of law in China in
二
the
是
new era.
强调
Second,
立好法治之
It
规，
lays out the
这个规
standards for the rule
就
of law,
是报告提出
which
的
is to
完善以
improve the
宪法为
socialist
核
legal
心的
system with
中
Chinese
国特色社会主义
characteristics,
法律体系。
with the constitution at its
法律
core.
是
The
治
law
国理政
is the
最大、
foremost
最重
standard
要
and
的规
rule
矩。
for state governance.
建设中国特色社
Building a
会主义
Chinese
的
system
法
of
治体
socialist rule
系，
of law
必须
we must
坚持立法先行，
gives top priority
发
to
挥立法的
legislation so
引
that it
领
can
和
play
推
its
动作用。
leading role.
我们要加强重点领
We
域
should、strengthen
新兴领域、
our
涉外
legislation in
领
the
域的
key
立
emerging
法
and
工作，
foreign-related areas,
推进
make
科
laws
学立
in
法、
a well-conceived,
民主立法、
democratic
依法立法，
way in accordance with the
增
law,
强立
to
法
make
的
the
系统
legislative
性、
system more
整体
systematic,
性、
holistic,
协同
and
性、时效
coordinated
性，
and responsive,
努
so that
力与
our
良法来促进发展。
good legislation can promote development and good governance. Third, it asks us to stay focused on the key tasks, which is to promote law-based government administration. Building a law-based government is a key task, a major part of comprehensively advancing law-based governance. Only when the government takes the lead in discharging its duties and handling affairs in accordance with the law can the country run on the tracks of the rule of law. We must deepen the reform of administrative law enforcement, promote strict procedure-based, impartial and civil law enforcement, enhance oversight mechanisms and capacity, and comprehensively enhance the rule of law across the government so that we can produce a good result. And fourth, we need to focus on the critical part of building the rule of law, which is strict and impartial administration of justice. An impartial judiciary is the last line of defense for social fairness and justice. We should deepen the comprehensive and integrated reform of the judicial system, fully and faithfully enforce judicial accountability, ensure well-regulated exercise of judicial powers, and improve the systems and mechanisms overseeing judicial activities. We should build an impartial, highly effective and authoritative socialist judicial system so that the people can feel that justice is served in every case. Fifth, the report asks us to strengthen the foundation for the rule of law, which is to establish the rule of law throughout society. A society based on the rule of law is the foundation on which we can build a country under the rule of law. We need to make sure that the entire population truly revere, readily observe the rule of law. This is a long-term foundational project. We need to champion the socialist rule of law spirit, carry forward the fine legal culture of the Chinese nation, carry out awareness campaigns, encourage leading officials to play their exemplary role, and promote the in-depth understanding of the citizen thought on the rule of law so that the whole society respects, learns, observes, and applies the law. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chen. Now please, Mr. Tang.
Friends from the press, good morning. I shall focus on the party building as expounded in the report. To build a socialist modern country in all respects and achieve great national rejuvenation, the party plays a pivotal role. Full and vigorous self-governance of the party is critically important. The CPC is the mainstay in leading us building socialism with Chinese characteristics. It is the most reliable force for the whole nation, and the party leadership is the biggest advantage of the socialist system with Chinese characteristics. To accomplish the tasks and missions of the party in the new era, we must categorically uphold and strengthen the party's full leadership, advance the party building in the new era. The report to the 20th Party Congress has summarized why we have succeeded, analyzed the situations we now face, identified the main tasks and goals, as well as policy measures. It fully demonstrates this overall requirement. In the report, there is a dedicated chapter entitled Exercising Full and Rigorous Self-Governance and Advancing the Great New Project of the Party Building in the New Era. It stresses that we need to uphold and strengthen centralized and unified leadership of the Party Central Committee, continue to enhance cohesion and forge the party's soul with the thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics in the new era, continue to improve the party's systems and regulations for its self-reform, continue to cultivate officials capable of shouldering the mission of national rejuvenation, continue to enhance the party's political and organizational functions, and continue to take strict steps to improve the party conduct and enforce party discipline, and win the tough and protracted battle against corruption. I believe there are 4 important highlights. The first one is self-reform of the party. Self-reform is a defining character of the party. It is how the party will avoid the historical rise and fall cycle. The report epitomizes the party's courage to conduct self-reform, take on issues and challenges head-on. It stresses that party self-reform is an ongoing process. It also sets out tasks and measures for the party to purify, improve, reform, and improve itself. The second highlight is about strengthening the whole system for strict self-governance of the party. Full and rigorous self-governance has been the defining theme since the party's 18th National Congress. The core is strengthening party's leadership. The essence is about full and rigorous self-governance. The report this time has put forward the overall requirements for the party building in the new era, and we will act on them to advance the party's self-governance in the new era. The third highlight is about the party's political building. As stressed in the report, strengthening the unified and centralized leadership of the Party Central Committee is the most fundamental principle. It highlights the critical importance of continued strengthening of the party building on our way forward. And fourth highlight is about strengthening party's self-governance in terms of thinking and the system. The report has underscored the importance of strengthening party members' ideals and convictions. The party's self-governance is to be improved by updating systems, strengthening regulations, and the purpose is to let the party members be guided by the overall thinking and general systems and regulations of the party building. The 20th National Congress report has put together views and propositions of various sectors. The party constitution has been approved to undergo certain amendments, and revise the party's constitution fully represents the latest outcomes of adapting Marxism to the Chinese context and the needs of times. It fully shows the new thoughts, new ideas, and new strategies of the Central Party Committee since the 19th Party Congress. Therefore, I believe the paragraphs and articulation of the report about the party building shall be combined with the party constitution when we take a closer look at the words and expressions.
Good morning. Let me share my understanding about the report on exercising full and rigorous party self-governance, maintain a rigorous approach to improve party conduct. The report demonstrates the critical principle of sticking to the party's centralized unified leadership, enhancing party awareness, and carrying out the party's transformation to steer social transformation At the 15th part of the report, it states that our party has a pivotal role in building China into a modern socialist country in all respects and advancing rejuvenation of the Chinese nation on all fronts. A 100-year-old party, as the largest Marxist governing party in the world, we must always stay alert and determined to tackle the special challenges that a large party like ours face. We must maintain our solidarity and unity, our advanced nature and purity, and always be a rock-solid piece of steel. The report demands that all of us in the party must bear in mind that full and vigorous self-governance is an unceasing endeavor, and self-reform is a journey to which there is no end. We must never slacken our efforts, maintain a rigorous approach, and always sound the bugle in fighting corruption. First of all, we should strengthen political oversight by upholding the centralized unified leadership of the party. The party's leadership is a defining feature of socialism with Chinese characteristics, and upholding the party's centralized unified leadership is the foremost political principle. The report stresses that the party's leadership is comprehensive, systematic, and integrated. It must be implemented in a comprehensive, systematic, and integrated way. Therefore, we must stick to and strengthen the party's centralized, unified leadership and make it as our top political task, and to make political oversight concrete, targeted, and regular, to ensure that the whole party acquire a deeper understanding of the decisive significance of the two establishes, stick to the two upholds, and ensure the whole party is highly aligned with the CPC Central Committee in terms of political stance, orientation, principles, and path. We should have a firm grasp of the missions and tasks of the party in the new era and on this new journey, and make sure that the important thoughts, views, and strategies and measures proposed at the 20th National Congress are effectively implemented. Second, we should boost the party's ability to purify itself, and also the system for its self-reform. The party has laid out the strategic thoughts for self-reform of the party and strengthens the institutional support. We must stay committed to institutional rules-based governance of the party, improve the intra-party system of laws and regulations, and enhance their authority and execution, and form a mechanism that can uphold truth, correct errors, uncover problems, and remedy failings. We should stress the system under the leadership of the party, which has total coverage, authoritative, and highly effective. Refine the system for oversight of powers and keep it in check, focus on intra-party oversight, and promote coordination of various sorts of oversight so that power is exercised in broad daylight. Third, we must stay committed to the principle of rigorous self-governance to improve party conduct. In this new era, the rigorous self-governance is started with introduction and implementation of the 8-point decision on improving party conduct. In the past 10 years, we have handled 761,000 cases of violation of this decision, punishing 683,000 officials violating these rules. In the report, it is said that good conduct is critical to the survival of a governing party. We must tighten the bonds between the party and the masses. Party officials should conduct in-depth research and studies to immerse themselves in hard work, take concrete measures, and deliver solid outcomes. We must steadfastly implement the Central Party's leadership's 8-point decision on improving conduct, tackle the four malfeasance, especially formalities and bureaucratism, make all-round efforts to establish party discipline. Party officials should be strict about themselves, fulfill their responsibilities, and exercise strict management within their jurisdictions. Each fraction of party discipline must be strictly investigated and handled without mercy. And fourth, we must win the battle, the tough and protracted battle against corruption. Corruption is the biggest cancer. Fighting corruption is the most thorough kind of self-reform. Since the 18th CPC National Congress, General Secretary Xi Jinping has led the whole party in carrying out an unprecedented campaign against corruption. These 10 years, we have realized the reshaping of the leadership system, organizational structure, workforce, responsibility system, and the enforcement system of disciplines and laws on countering corruption. We have achieved an overwhelming victory and consolidated the success. The report says that as long as the breeding grounds and conditions for corruption still exist, we must keep sounding the bugle and never rest. We must maintain high pressure, take steps to ensure that officials not have the audacity, opportunity, and desire to become corrupt, prevent leading officials from acting for any interest group or power group, take firm action to swat flies or low-ranking officials whose misconduct directly affect people's lives, and strengthen regulation over the exercise of power to prevent the spread of corruption and secure more institutional achievements and greater efficiency in fighting corruption. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Wang. Now the floor is open for questions. Please raise your questions and also identify your media agency.
好，请中区第2排这位女记者。
And with People's Daily, why are the changes in the past 10 years called Great Transformation? What is the way to understand the significance of the Great
这个
Transformation?
问题请江金泉同志回答。
Mr. Jiang, please.
感谢记者的问题。
Thank you for your
这个
question.
问题前面呢，我刚才已经讲过，发布会里
Earlier,
面。
I said in my opening remarks that the great transformation in the 10 years of the new era are all-dimensional, foundational, and structural. Their significance is far-reaching and historic. Therefore, they are called great transformations. In the past 10 years, we have faced a host of challenges and risks, problems, and difficulties. A heavy task of charting the right course, coping with disturbances and hostile movements, tackling difficult challenges and removing stubborn problems. The immensity of the job is rare in history and the world, and the transformations have not come by easily. These are my understanding about this. First of all, the great transformations are achieved in solving the prominent problems within the party. In the past 10 years, the CPC Central Committee has been committed to strengthening the overall leadership of the party, promoting full and rigorous self-governance, and tackling the weakening, obscuring, and diluting of party's leadership. We have made consistent efforts to tackle the false malfeasances, tackle corruption, and thereby removing the political pitfalls in the party that threaten the existence of the party. The party's leadership has become more robust. Political ecosystem in the party is renewed, providing the fundamental political guarantee for realizing the great transformation. Second, these transformations are achieved in addressing the outstanding issues in socio-economic development in the face of the problems built up over a long period of time and new changes in domestic and international situations, including the economic and technological decoupling initiated by some Western countries. The CPC Central Committee and General Secretary Xi Jinping has put forward a host of new thoughts, ideas, and measures, especially the new development philosophy and the creation of a new development pattern. We have effectively coped with the triple pressure of shrinking demand, supply shocks, and weakening expectation. and laid a good foundation for China's sustained and steady development and security. Third, these transformations are realized in tackling external risks and challenges. In the past 10 years, we have faced drastic changes in international situations, external blackmailing, containment, blockade, and maximum pressure. The CPC Central Committee, with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, has led the whole country in maintaining our strategic posture, championing a fighting spirit. We are not swayed by fallacies and not deterred or intimidated or cowed by pressure. We have met difficulties head-on, effectively safeguarded national dignity and core interests, and taken our development security in our own hands. So these great transformations did not come easily. They are achieved in fighting off risks and challenges, and even in stormy weathers. It is the collective dedication and determined fight of the whole party, country, and nation. The great transformations produce milestone significance, according to the report. I believe we can understand this from 5 aspects. First of all, they led to a strong leadership of core for the rejuvenation of the nation. We have achieved the most important political outcome of the 2 establishes, and found self-reform as the second answer to the question of how to escape the historical cycle of rise and fall. The party is stronger, more robust, more unified, and has greater solidarity. It is also more vibrant and dynamic. Second, the Chinese nation has entered an irreversible historical transformation. We have completed building a moderately prosperous society in all respects on time, and won the battle against poverty, embarking on the new journey of building a modern socialist country in all respects, laying down the institutional guarantee and material foundation for the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation, and encouraging people to be more proactive in their mindset. Third, the Chinese people are more confident and self-reliant. The historic achievements and transformations have greatly boosted the 4 confidences of the Chinese people. They are more motivated to march ahead, they are more invigorated, and more determined to succeed. They are increasingly taking the initiative. In their endeavors, the Chinese people are now showing greater confidence, seeing themselves as equals as anyone in the world. They are braver and more self-insured in writing a new splendid chapter in history. Fourth, we have injected great positive energy for world peace and development. Over the past 10 years, China has been contributing to global growth at an average rate of 30%. We have contributed to 70% of the global reduction of poverty. The vision of building a community with a shared future for mankind has won widespread acclaim. Public goods such as the Belt and Road Initiative has provided strong impetus for global development. Chinese modernization has created a new form of human civilization, and all of this has produced a great impact on the global development landscape. And fifth, we have demonstrated the great vitality of Marxism. Xi Jinping's thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics is part of Marxism of contemporary China and of 21st century. The great transformations over the past 10 years have fully shown the correctness and the timelessness of this great theory. It strengthens our confidence as a party and a nation to stick to socialism with Chinese characteristics, and strengthens the country, peoples around the country in China's way of development, in China's system and path of development. Thank you.
继续提问。请东区第2排左侧这位记者。
I'm with Asahi Shimbun. The report says there will be Chinese modernization, and we believe it's a key word in China's future direction. What is its core significance? It also said Chinese modernization provides a new option for the modernization of human community. Does it mean China will export its development models?
这个问题，请孙业礼先生回答。
I'll invite Mr. Sun Yeli to take your question. Thank you very much. Your question is about the term Chinese modernization. I believe you must have read the report thoroughly and in great depth. Modernization is the shared pursuit of people of all countries. Given the differences in the modernization path of various countries, one should be regarded. None should be regarded as the only choice, nor should there be a one-size-fits-all standard or model for modernization. China's modernization has the common feature of the one in other countries, but at the same time enjoys its own characteristics. That's why we call it the Chinese modernization. The report this year systemically elaborated on the 5 distinctive features of the Chinese modernization. First, it is the modernization of a huge population. China has a population of over 1.4 billion and limited conditions on resources and environment. This is China's national conditions, which determine that China cannot follow the development path of other countries, and that China must have its own way of advancing and achieving modernization. The modernization of such a huge population faces unprecedented complexities, and once achieved, will also enjoy unprecedented significance and influence. Modernization of such a scale will be a huge contribution to the human society. It is a great responsibility. Second, it is the modernization of common prosperity for all. This is determined by the essence of socialism with Chinese characteristics. Polarized wealth distribution is not acceptable. We must help all people live a good life and let them all have the opportunity to enjoy modernization through their hard work and enjoy national development through their due contribution. No one or group should be left out. Of course, common prosperity is not egalitarianism, nor robbing rich to pay poor. It is a process of letting those who get rich first to help others catch up. Meanwhile, common prosperity is a long historical process which cannot be achieved overnight. We'll stay firmly to the goal, and since the 18th CPC National Congress, China's efforts to lift almost 100 million rural population out of poverty is a good case in point. Third, it is the modernization of material and cultural ethical advancement. One of the shortcomings of the other countries' modernization is the overexpansion of materialism. A solid material basis and the great abundance of material goods is, of course, an inalienable part of modernization. However, in the modern society, without a healthy spiritual pursuit and a rich life, people with material enjoyment alone will only become what the sociologists call one-dimension man. The rich and colorful human diversity will then degrade to a simple obsession of material wants. This is a tragedy for humanity. China does not favor such an option. We want both material abundance and cultural and ethical enrichment, or in other words, people's well-rounded development. Fourth, it is the modernization of harmony between humanity and nature. In the world history of modernization, we see a common problem of environment damage caused by industrialization and urbanization. China has made similar mistakes. However, after the party's 18th National Congress, China reversed the trend of pollution and brought historic, transformative, and overall changes to environment protection. General Secretary Xi Jinping's statement of "green is gold" enjoys broad public support and has been integrated into China's system, policies, and culture. China will continue to follow and uphold sustainable development. Fifth, it is the modernization of peaceful development. China will not tread the old path of war, colonization, and plunder taken by some countries. Will always hold the banners of peace, development, cooperation, and mutual benefit. This is decided by our system and culture. The path of peaceful development serves the fundamental interests of China. We'll continue to follow this path, and we hope other countries will also pursue peaceful development. As for the question of whether China intends to export this development model, I think China's position has been consistent and clear. That is, China does not intend to export its model to other countries. China firmly opposes any country of imposing its development model on China and never exports the Chinese model. Still less does China ask other countries to copy the Chinese practice. The efforts of each country to find its own modernization path in line with their own national conditions should be respected. China's position that Chinese modernization offers humanity a new choice for achieving modernization is a voice of support for diversity of human civilization and an attitude advocating exchanges and mutual learning among countries and civilizations. If the international community are willing to learn from China's experience, will share unreservedly and objectively. And at the same time, China is eager to learn and study the experience of other countries. Thank you. Next question, please.
请中区3排左侧这位记者。
好的，谢谢主持人。总台央视记者提问。那党的20大报告提出要实施科技兴国的战略，强化现代化建设的人才支撑。那这与在内容安排上，这与以往的党代会报告有所不同。他把教育、科技、人才放在了同一个部分体讲，对此大家都很关注。请问这样的安排体现了什么样的战略意图？
这个问题。
What strategic intention is behind such a layout? Thank you.
谢谢您的提问。的确，
I'll invite Mr. Mu to answer this question.
人才强国战略。
Thank you for your question. The strategy for invigorating China through science and education, the workforce development strategy, and the innovation-driven development strategy are all major national strategies put forward by the CPC Central Committee that must be held in the long run. Bearing in mind the historic mission of the party in the new era, the CPC Central Committee highlighted the centrality of innovation in China's modernization drive and used Part 5 to focus on discussing science and technology, education, and talent. As you said in the previous party congress reports, science and technology were usually included in the paragraphs of economy, education in social development, and talent in party building. The report this year, in line with the concept of system put forward by General Secretary Xi Jinping, for the first time puts the three strategies together, and it is a new endeavor in line with the updated trend. The new layout outlines that education, science and technology, and human resources are the fundamental and strategic pillars for building a modern socialist country in all respects, and emphasizes the links between the three strategies, which, through coordination and integration, could lend new impetus to driving development. The three strategies all serve to build China into one of the world's leading innovators. First, give priority to the development of education. We'll fully implement the party's educational policy, carry out the basic task of fostering virtue through education, and nurture a new generation of capable young people with sound moral grounding, intellectual ability, physical vigor, aesthetic sensibility, and work skills who will fully develop socialism and carry forward the socialist cause. We'll move faster to build a high-quality educational system and promote fairness in education and the overall quality of the nationals, the all-round development of the people. Second, uphold innovation-driven development. We'll improve the new system for mobilizing resources nationwide, strengthen the basic research, and spur breakthroughs and original innovation on core technologies in key fields. We'll improve the innovation system and strive for greater technological self-reliance and strength. Third, talent is the primary resource. We'll improve the strategic distribution of human resources, speed up efforts to build a contingent of personnel with expertise of strategic importance, and further reform the systems and mechanisms for talent development so as to cultivate a large workforce of high-quality talent. Thank you. Next question, please.
请东区第4排这位记者提问。
Thank you. NBC. We are hearing China's campaign for common prosperity and against disorganized expansion of capital. But on the other hand, we also witnessing China's roaring economic growth seemingly coming to an end, with reports of high unemployment, especially among the youth, and escalating U.S. trade and technology control measures that could suppress China's growth. So given, based on the printed Congress, what is the principal contradiction here that China should tackle first? Growing the economic pie bigger and faster, or dividing the economic pie more fairly? Of course, both are important, but which one should be prioritized? Thank you.
美国全国广播公司提问：中国一方面提倡共同富裕，反对资本的无序扩张，但同时我们也看到中国经济的高速增长势头似乎有停止的迹象。有报道称，中国失业率，特别是青年失业率高。美国不断升级贸易和技术措施，将进一步阻碍中国的发展。根据各位对20大报告的理解，哪方面将是中国首先需要解决的主要矛盾？是更快地做大经济蛋糕，还是确保经济蛋糕的公平分配？在两者都很重要的前提下，哪一个更应该被优先考虑？谢谢。
这个问题，请江金泉同志回答。
谢谢这位记者先生。
I thank you for this question. This is a very good question. I would say common prosperity is a shared aspiration of all humanity, but it's going to be a difficult process to fully deliver it. As you said, when we need to have a big pie, while at the same time distribute the pie in a fair and sound manner. We believe it is more difficult to achieve common prosperity in a capitalist society because capital goes after profits. And in our socialist society, we focus on following aspects of common prosperity. First of all, the common prosperity of all our people is an integral part of socialism with Chinese characteristics. It is an important part of modernization in Chinese way, and it is also a long-term goal of the CPC.
就是中国式现代化，它其中5个含义，其中一个就是共同富裕。
Organization with Chinese characteristics,
也是我们中国共产党始终不渝的奋斗目标。
the intrinsic part of
我们党团结带领人民进行革
common
命、
prosperity
建
for
设
our、people.
改革，就是为了让人
Our
民
party,
群众过
in
上更加
its
幸福的日
efforts
子。
to lead the people
这是党的
to
初心使命、
develop the country,
理想信念、
the purpose
性质
is
宗旨所
to
决定的。
let our people
是党的12大报告、
lead a better
20大报
life.
告啊，进一步对这个问题做了
The
阐述，我
report
就不重复
has
了。
fully expounded on
第二个问题
this
呢，第二个角度
aspect.
呢，就共同富裕的
And
路
my
怎么
second
走？
point is how we are to
我们一直
achieve
在
common
探索。
prosperity. We've been
改革开放
exploring
以
the
来，
past.
我们鼓励一部
After
分
the
地区、
reform and
一
opening
部
up,
分人先富起
we
来，
encouraged
鼓励
certain
先富带
areas
后富
and。certain
因
social
为共
groups
同走啊，
to
齐步走的
become
办法解决不了贫困问
rich
题，要
first
先富带后富。
with the purpose of
目的
helping
呢，
the
最终
others
是要实现共同富裕。
to catch up and
新时
ultimately
代10年，
realize common
刚才
prosperity.
前面我介绍这讲过了，
During the
解
past
决了
decade, since
1亿
we
多人的
entered
贫
the
困问
new
题，
era, we
在
have
中国大地
put
上
more focus
消灭了困扰
on
几千年的
poverty
绝对
eradication.
贫困问题，这就是在
and
推
we
进
have
共同富裕。
lifted all our people
所以我
out
们
of
共同富裕是实实在在的在
abject
推进的
poverty.，
在进展
So
的。
these, I believe, are
而且呢，
concrete
通过这个
progress of moving
全面脱
toward
贫
common prosperity.
为进一步的推
And
进共同富
through
裕奠定了一个坚实的基础，
Poverty eradication,
也积
we
累了一些
have
宝贵的
already
经验。
laid a good basis for common
第三呢，
prosperity
我
across the
理解啊，
country.
促进共同富裕
My third
必须
point,
解决好
common
做蛋糕
prosperity
和分蛋糕这个关
is
系。
to be
你
delivered
题目里面也提
when
到这个
we
问
can
题。
properly handle
有
the
蛋糕
relationship
才谈得
between
上分蛋糕，
making the
是
cake
吧？
and
所
dividing
以
the cake.
从这个逻
You
辑关
first
系来
need to
讲，
have
它
the
是应
cake
该先
to
做蛋
divide
糕，
it.
是吧？逻辑关系。只有做好的蛋糕，
We need
才能把蛋糕
to
分好。
make a good
没
and
有蛋
big
糕，无
cake
蛋可分，无蛋糕
if
可
we
分是
are
不行
to
的。
divide the cake
所以我
in
们
a
呢，
sound
一
and
方
fair
面要
manner.
坚持以经济建设
It
为中
means
心，
we will
坚
continue
持
to
发展
focus
是
on
党执行
economic
国的第一要务，
development.
坚
Development
持
is
高
the
质量发展，
paramount task of the
通
party.
过全
We
国
will
人民
pursue
共同奋斗，
high-quality
把这个
development,
蛋糕做大。
and through joint efforts of all our people,
那么
we are
另一
going
方
to
面，
have a big cake.
要坚持在发展
At the
中
same
保障
time,
和改善
we
民生，
shall protect and
坚
improve
持
people's
按照分配
livelihoods
为
in
主
the
体，
process of development.
多种
We
分配
will
方式并
keep
存，
distribution according to work
构
as the
建
mainstay
初次分配、
with multiple
再分配、
forms
三次
of
分配
distribution
相
coexisting
协调的、相配套的一个制度体
alongside
系，努力
it,
提高居
and
民
we
收入
will
在国民收入
build
分配中
an
的比重，
institutional framework
提高
under which
劳动
primary,
报酬
secondary,
在初次
and
分配中的
tertiary
比重，
distribution are well
完
coordinated
善
and mutually
按要素分配制度
complementing. We will also raise the
要素
share
分
of
配的政策制
personal
度，
income in the
规范
distribution
收入
of
分
national
配
income
指示，
and give more
规
weight
范财富积累
to
机制，
work
财富的
remuneration
积累啊，这
in
个机制要
primary
完善它。
distribution. We
通过
will
合理的
improve
制度安
the
排，
policy
把这个
system
蛋糕
for
切好
distribution
分好，
based on factors of
防止
production,
两极分化。
keep income distribution and means of wealth
第四呢，
accumulation
我觉
well
得呢，
regulated.
实现前期人
Through
民
all
共同
these
富裕啊，是一
methods,
个
we shall
长期的历
prevent
史过程。
polarization of
急不得，
social wealth. My fourth
也止不得。
point, common prosperity is
所谓
going
急
to
不
be
得，
a long
就是要依奏
historical
国情，
process. We
从
must
我
not
国仍然
rush,
是
nor
法治
shall
中
we
国家的这
stand
个实
still.
际，
We need to focus on
不但
national
创造和
realities,
振兴经济
follow
社
the
会发
laws
展
of
规律，
development of
进一步解放
economy
和
and
发展
society,
社会生产力，
further liberate and
不但
develop
创造和
social
积累社会
productivity,
财富，
continue to
稳步
accumulate
提高
social wealth,
人民的生活水
and
平。
steadily improve people's
所谓等不
livelihoods.
得，
We
就
must
是
not
要采
stand
取有效
still,
措施，
means we shall
积
take
极创造
effective
条件，
measures,
完善制度，
put in place
逐步地缩
enabling
小分配差距，
conditions,
不是
improve
说
the
整
system,
整个
and
发展起来
gradually
了才来解
narrow
决
the
贫
wealth
富
gap.
关系问题，是要在发展的过程中要
So
同
in
步
the
的来解
process
决
of
这个分配关系问
development,
题。
the distribution
缩小
issues shall also
收
be
入分配的
properly
差距，
handled
让人民群众
so that
真正
our
切切地
people
感受到
will truly
共同富裕
and
就在不断的进
effectively
步，在不
feel
断
the
的实践
benefit，
不断的
of
取得
common
成效。
prosperity.
这是第四个。第五个，结合你
My
刚才
fifth point,
在提到的一系列问题，当
As
前
you
中国
also
经济面临
somehow
的一些情况
mentioned
和问
in
题，
your
我想呢
questions,
是这么想的：当前我们要倒立
We
稳住宏观经济
feel it is important to keep overall economic performance stable and maintain the sound momentum of growth. We need to continue to do a good job in combating COVID pandemic while stabilizing economy and ensuring security. We shall stabilize economic performance on 6 fronts and protect people's livelihoods, address outstanding issues, and effectively diffuse risks of all kinds. I think it's fair to say that Chinese economy has done pretty well, actually, since the beginning of the COVID pandemic. And the COVID has affected all economies in the world. Against such backdrop, our growth rate has lowered somewhat against previous years, but the overall positive fundamentals remain. We will continue to prioritize employment, expand real economy, actively support SMEs, do our level best to create more jobs and opportunities for startups. We will particularly well handle the job creation for college graduates and encourage all our people to create a happy life through their hard work. This is my answer. Thank you.
请西区2排这位男记者。
谢谢主持人。法制日报全媒体记者提问：党的
20大报
告在完善社会治理体系中多次提到了基层，可见对基层社会治理的高度重视。
Community level governance has been mentioned for a couple of times.
社会治理有什么
What
考
will be
虑？
done to improve and further update community level governance?
同志回答。
谢谢法制日报记者的提问。
I thank you for this
习近
question.
平总书记强调，
General Secretary Xi
基层
Jinping
强
has
是国家强，
stressed that
基层安
primary governance
则
is
天下安。
important for the
基
governance
层
of the
是
country.
社会治理的最
Indeed,
前端，
the
最前
community
沿，
level is at the frontier of
是中
social
国执治
governance.
的根基。
It is
我
fundamental
们
for
加
the
强了
governance of the whole
创
country.
新基层社会治理，
We will continue to
最
improve
关
and
键的就是要
update community level social
坚持
governance,
和
and
发展
the
新
key
时代的枫桥经
is
验，
to apply and further develop the
最大
Fengqiao
程度
model for promoting
防范
community level governance in the new
化解
era. We
处理
shall
风险矛盾，
diffuse risks at the
解决
primary
在基
level
层，
and when
解
they
决在
first
萌芽
emerge
状态。
as much as we can.
我体会，加强和
To my
创新
understanding,
基层社
to
会治理，
strengthen and
要着重在
innovate
以下
community
几个
level
方面
governance,
下功夫：
we need to
一是要在打击
redouble
上
our
下功
efforts
夫，
on the following 6
要
fronts.
结合
First,
基
combating
层
crimes
社会
is
治安
important.
的形式特点，
It's important to crack
依
down
法
on
打击
the various
人民群
illegal
众反映
and criminal
最
activities
突出的
that cause
违法犯罪，
grave public concern.
始终保持严打高压的
The
态势，
tough line on such
坚持
activities shall
路
be
途就打，
maintained,
坚持
and these
打倒
activities
打小，
shall be
切实
cracked down whenever they
维护
first
人民群
emerge.
众的
And this is
生命财产
an
安全。
important way for us to ensure
二是
people's
在化解上
the
下功夫，
safety and security
进一
of
步
people's lives and their
畅
property.
通和
Second,
规范
diffusing risks
人
is
民群
important.
众
We need to
表
ensure
达诉求、
that we have open
利益协调、
and
权
regular
杖、权益
channels
保障的通道，
for
健全
learning
矛
about
盾
people's
暂
complaints,
时多元化
to
解
coordinate
决机
their
制，
interests, to
努力做
protect
到
their rights and
小
interests.
事不出村，大事
For
不出
instance,
政，
those small
矛盾不上
distributions
缴。
shall be addressed at
三是
the
在
village
管理
or even
上
county
下功
level
夫，
instead of being
进一步完善
taken forward
网格
to
化
the
的
upper
管理机
levels
制，
of the government.
加
Third,
强重点行
governance
业
is
领域的管
important.
理，
We need to
及时
build
发
up
现处
the
理
grade-based
风险
management
隐患
mechanism,
和苗头性问题，
strengthen governance
事是在
in
服务
key
上下功
sectors,
夫，
and
进一
timely
步推进
identify
基层
and
公共服务均
resolve
等化，
all types of risks
创
and
新服务
potential
方式，
problems.
提升服务效
Fourthly,
能，
public service is
做到
important.
普
We
惠
need to
均
ensure
等，
our people have equal
便捷
access
高
to
效
the basic public services,
智能精准。
improve government functions,
五是在疏导
and
上
deliver
下功夫，
universal benefits to our people.
进一步完
And
善
fifthly, prevention
心理
is
疏导
important.
和危机干预机制，
It is
培育
critically
治
crucial
根
for
治
us to
性、
set up the
理
right
性平
mechanisms
和、
to encourage all our people to have high self-esteem, self-confidence, and address difficult issues in a calm and reasonable manner. And sixthly, we need to rely on our people. We shall continue to expand the people-based mechanisms to address risks, and we shall reward those who have the courage to rise to the occasion in maintaining public order. That is my answer. Thank you.
请东区1排这位女记者。
好，谢谢主持人。新华社记者，刚才我们也提及到，
Xinhua News Agency, as you mentioned in the second part of the report, there are 6 important principles to keep to. How we shall understand these 6 important principles? Thank you.
请孙叶礼同志回答。
好，谢谢新华社记者的提问。
I thank you for this question.
第6个必须坚持非常重要。
These 6 abiding principles are indeed very important. They are well represented in the Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics. Each and every one of them has profound meaning. For instance, the people-centered approach. This is about an attitude, a position of the party. It represents the character and founding purpose of the party. It is also a thrust in the theoretical innovation of the CPC as a Marxist party. The history is created by the people. People's creative efforts are the constant source of theoretical innovation of the party. So our party's theories are from the people. They are to serve the people. Our party, as a party that focuses on serving the people, certainly will have its theories to be beneficial to the people. General Secretary Xi Jinping has made this quite clear. To sum up, our theories are endorsed by the people, they are for the people, and they are beneficial to the people. The Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics actually fully epitomizes such people-centeredness. Take, for example, self-confidence and global vision. We have confidence in our system, our past, our culture. We uphold cultural awareness and we never blindly copy others. Meanwhile, we have the global vision. We do our best to contribute China's share in addressing the common issues facing the humanity. We have the broad-mindedness to draw upon all the fine fruits of human civilization. These are 2 aspects that are closely interconnected. Without self-confidence, no civilization and no culture can stand on its own. Still less can it effectively draw from the best of other cultures. With mutual learning of civilizations and cultural communication, with openness and inclusiveness, can people and nations enhance self-vigor and better develop themselves. The CPC is keenly aware of this. Another example is the problem orientation. The CPC does not talk the talk, but always walk the walk. We stress the importance of combining knowledge with practice. We apply theories for the purpose of addressing real and concrete issues. And in addressing issues, we enhance our knowledge about the laws of development, enrich our theories, take issues head-on, and face up to problems. And in this process, In turn, we forge new thoughts, new thinking, and new methods. And it is in such process that the Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics in the new era has been formed and developed. 10 years ago, we made big accomplishments, but at the same time faced entrenched problems as well as emerging ones. And those include corruption, structural issues in the economy, degradation in the ecological environment, so on and so forth. And all those were serious issues, making quite many people worry about the future of the party and the country. The Central Party Committee, with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, has since led the whole party, the whole military and people across the nation in resolutely and effectively resolving these issues and opening up new chapters in the development of the party and the country. And in this process, the Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics in the new era was established. Theories must be applicable and workable in realities. And the party always has this principle. This reflects our strong sense of responsibility to the people and to the country. Next question, please. At Phoenix TV, the question is about combating corruption. The report has made it clear that we need to win this entrenched and hard battle against the corruption. How will this be done? How can we make sure that officials will have no desire or audacity or opportunity to engage in corruption? Thank you.
好，这个问题请王建新同志回答。
Mr. Wang, please.
谢谢这位记者的提问啊。
Thank you for your question.
我来回答这个问题。这个全面从严治党啊，
Full and rigorous self-governance is
党的自我革命的
a great
伟大实践。
practice of the party's self-reform in new era. Fighting corruption is a key part of it.
党的18大后啊，习近平总书
After
记
the 18th CPC National Congress, in his first speech at a plenary session of the CPC Central Commission for Discipline Inspection, that is the second plenary meeting of the 18th CPC Central Commission for Discipline Inspection, General Secretary Xi Jinping was emphatic. He said that dealing a heavy blow to corruption is a demonstration of our party's strength. There is no exception to party discipline and the laws of the land. No matter who may be implicated, investigations must be thorough and with no mercy. Over the past 10 years, as I said earlier, the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core decided that we should not fail the 1.4 billion Chinese people, even if it means offending a few thousand. Committed to this historic mission, we have carried out an unprecedented anti-corruption campaign. Discipline inspection and supervisory organs across the country have filed 4.648 million cases and punished 4.573 million officials, among them 553 were registered at and supervised by the CPC Central Committee. After this tough battle, we have successfully curbed the spread of corruption and secured an overwhelming victory and consolidated our gains. We have ensured that officials do not have the audacity, opportunity, or desire to become corrupt. We have opened a path of anti-corruption with Chinese characteristics. The CPC has been tempered through an extensive and profound revolution, and it has maintained its advanced nature and purity. Over the past 10 years in the new era, our anti-corruption campaign has been a splendid journey, producing great results, attracting worldwide attention. But the challenges remain tough. The battle against corruption is an existential one. We must advance, not retreat. We can only win, not lose. Therefore, we need to resolutely implement the plans made at the 20th CPC National Congress, maintain our overwhelming presence in this field, and take simultaneous, coordinated, and comprehensive steps to reduce the audacity, opportunity, and desire of officials to become corrupt, to win the protracted and tough battle against corruption. First of all, we need to improve the responsibility system for the party's leadership over anti-corruption. The party must exercise leadership over the whole link of the three-pronged strategy. We must clearly define the principal responsibilities for full and rigorous self-governance, play the role of political oversight, awareness, education, organization, conduct improvement, discipline, execution, and institutional development in tackling corruption to win the overall battle. Second, we will maintain our zero tolerance to oppose corruption and punish wrongdoing. We will always sound the bugle, come down hard on corruption that involves both political and economic elements, resolutely prevent leading officials from acting for any interest group or power groups, we will crack down on any collusion between officials and business people that undermine the political ecosystem and or economic development. We will not allow the powers invested in us by the party and the people to become tools for a few to make profits. Third, we will improve the institutions to curb the spread of corruption. We will address both the symptoms and root causes, improve the mechanisms for the regulation of power and officials. We will improve the system for assessing officials' performance, focusing on the key powers, including decision-making, policy-making, approval, oversight, and enforcement and administration of law. We will clearly define the scope of responsibilities, strengthen checks over powers. As we handle the violations of law and disciplines, we will also uncover problems, urge correction, deepen reform, and improve the whole system to make our work more efficient and effective. Fourth, we will build an oversight system that is total coverage, authoritative, and highly effective under the leadership of the party. We will deepen the reform of the oversight system of the party and country, take inter-party oversight as the mainstay, generate great synergy between various forms of oversight, remove barriers to their coordination, and ensure total coverage and effective oversight of power. Fifth, and my last point is to find more vehicles and ways for the integrated approach to the three-pronged strategy to make the three parts more interconnected and integrated, to allow tough punishment, regulation of powers, and awareness education work in concert. We will focus more to allow convictions and ideals to play a leading role, increase officials' party awareness, and nourish a culture of integrity, and strengthen the defense barriers against corruption and moral decline. Thank you.
好，请继续提问。西区100这位女记者。
谢谢中国日报提问。
China Daily. The report says that China will improve the systems for exercising full and rigorous self-governance. This is the first time to be mentioned in the party's National Congress. How to understand this point?
这个问题请唐邦玉同志回答。
谢谢这位记者朋友，你说的很对。
Thank you.
党的20大报告提出
You are right.
健全全面从严治党体
The
系的要
report
求。
says that we need to improve the systems for exercising full and rigorous
全
self-governance.
国代表大会
This
报告
is
当
the
中，
first time for this to be
首次。
mentioned in the report of the
我理
party's
解啊，
National
这是
Congress.
强化
This
管党治
is
党
a
全面
major
系统
step
布局、协
in
同高效推
strengthening
进
the
的一个
overall plan of work
重大举
in
措。
party governance and promote coordinated
我
and
们党
effective
作为长期执政的
progress.
马克思主
The
义政党，
CPC is
或
the
世界上第一
largest
大政党，
Marxist governing party in the
党的
world.
远大目标和历史
It
使
has
命，
grand goals and historic
党的队伍
missions.
的
It has a large
庞
team
大规模和广泛
covering a
分布，
wide geographic
党
area.
面临的
It faces
重大风险和严峻
significant
挑战，
risks and tough
都
challenges.
决定
All of this makes
只有
it
整体
necessary
的
that we
而
work
不
in
是
a
局部的，
holistic, not
系
localized,
统的而不是
a
零碎的，
systematic, not
持久
piecemeal,
的而不
and
是短暂
a
的，
sustained,
高
not
标准
ephemeral,
的
and
而
high
不是一
standard,
般化的
not mediocre way
全面从严
to
治党，
strengthen the party's
形成一个
self-governance.
布局
We
合
need
理、
a well
内容科学、
conceived,
要素
unified,
齐备、
and
统一高效
efficient
的
system for
全面从
our
严治党
work
体
that
系，
has the right
这样
content
才能
and
把
all
我
the
们党
necessary
建设好。
elements. Only in this way can we build our party
长
better.
期以来，
For a long
伴随
time,
着
as
我
our
们党
party
从小到
grows
大由弱变强，
bigger and stronger,
党的建设
the system
在探索实践中，可以说也是
of
不断的
party
在
development has
体系化
also
的推进
been。strengthening
特别是党的
since
18
the
大以
18th
来，
CPC National
以
Congress
习
in
近平
particular,
同志为
the
核心
CPC
的党
Central
中央，
Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at
在
its
管
core
党治党上更
is more
加注
focused on
重
taking a
整体推
holistic
进
and、coordinated
协同发力。
approach in party governance.
现在
Now we
我们
have
在管党治党上有系统的理论指导，
systematic
特别是
theoretical
习近平新时
guidance,
代中国特色社会主义思想的科学指导，
especially Xi Jinping thought on socialism
有
with
完
Chinese
善的任务
characteristics.
布局
We have a well
主要就是
laid out plan
啊，以党的政治建设为统领，
that is to focus
全
on
面
the
加
political
强
development of the party
思想建设、
and strengthen
组织建设、作风
awareness,
建设、纪律建设
organization, party
把制
conduct,
度建设
and
贯穿其
discipline,
中，深入开展反腐败斗争，
and to fight corruption.
有健全的制度设计。
We also have
我们现
strong
行的有效的党内
institutions
法
in
律
place.
近4000部，
We have nearly 4,000
有配套的工
pieces
作
of
抓手，
inter-party regulations and laws,
我们
and
有
we
计
also have
划、高
instruments
质
to
量
carry
的
out our work.
吸收补充党的新鲜血
We are
液，
taking in new members in a
开展党内集中
planned
教育
and、orderly way. We are
进行
carrying out
系统
inter-party
化的
awareness
培
campaigns
训，
and carrying out
强
training,
化党内监督，特别是对各级领导干部的
strengthening
监督，
inter-party oversight, especially
加强
over
党建工
leading
作的考
officials,
核评价，
and we're improving
持
assessment
续
of party
正风肃纪、
officials,
反腐等等，
improving party
有配
conduct,
套的工作
and
抓手。
tackling corruption.
可
All
以
of
说
this we have
我
developed
们已经
instruments
形
and
成了一个比
methods.
较成熟的
So we have
全
put
面
in
从严治
place
党体
a
系。
relatively mature system for
当然
the，full and rigorous
全
governance,
面从严治
self-governance
党
of the
永远在
party.
路
Well,
上。
of course, this is a never
健
ceasing
全全面从严治党
endeavor.
体系，
To carry
要
out our
紧扣
work in the future, we
落
will
实党的
focus
20大
closely
关
on
于
implementing
全
the
面从严治党的
strategies
战略
laid
部
out
署，
at the 20th National
进一步的
Congress
加强
and to
谋
make
划和实施。
better plans
我认为
and
有
be more
3点
effective in implementation.
特别重
3
要。
points are of particular
一是
importance. First of all,
要做
total
到
coverage
领域、过程、对
throughout
象全覆盖。
our whole process.
也就是说，
That is to say, we
我们首
must
先
be
要在全面上下功夫，
comprehensive in our
继续
work.
拓展
We need to
从严治党
expand
的
the
广
breadth and
度
depth
和
of
深度，使各
rigorous
领域
self-governance
相互
so
协
that
同，
all
各环
areas
节
work
紧密
in
衔接，
concert and all
避免
links are
出现
closely interconnected.
缺项漏项，
And we do not
彻底
have
消除死角
any
盲区，
gaps
切
in
实
our
把
work.
所
And
有
all
党员
party
和党组
members
织
and organizations are
管
under
好
strict
管住。
supervision.
第二一点特
The
别重要，就
second
是
point
要做到
is
教
to
育制度监督
produce combined effect from education and institutional oversight. That is to say, we need to maintain rigor in our work to allow various means to work together and in the same direction and produce combined effect to enforce rigorous political discipline through genuine, brave, and constant efforts. The third is to improve standards, quality, and impact. That is to take more concrete steps in governance, address both the symptoms and root causes, take more targeted measures to produce real impacts, and promote the high standard party building. Thank you.
由于时间关系最后一个提问。
One last question, please.
请东区5排这位记者。
Thank you. I am Wael Mohammed from Radio Algeria. We have noticed from the report to the 20th CPC National Congress citing that to pursue green development and promote harmony between humanity and nature when planning the development. This is an important strategic issue for China. How to ensure the efficient execution of this strategy? Thank you.
我是阿尔及利亚国家广播电台的记者。我们了解到，这次党代会报告中提出，要站在人与自然和谐共生的高度谋划发展。这对中国来说是一个重大战略问题。怎么确保这一战略得到有效实施？
这个问题，请穆宏同志回答。
Mr. Mu Hong will take this question.
您这个问题提得很好。党的20大报告明确提出，站在人与自然和谐共生的高度来谋划发展。
Maintaining harmony between humanity and nature when planning development is one of the defining features of
现代化的一个重要特征
Chinese modernization.
人与自然和谐共生。刚才孙业礼先生已经在部分谈到了这个问题。
And Mr. Sun has
我愿意
already
再补充一些
shed
情况。
light on this issue.
过去10年来，我们坚持绿水青山就是金山银山的理念。
In the past decade, the principle of green is gold has led to historic, transformative, and overall changes in ecological and environment protection, and has brought us bluer skies, greener mountains, and clearer waters. This is one of the most direct changes the people has felt over the past decade. The national PM2.5 average density has dropped by 34.8%. The percentage of days with good air quality was increased to 87.5% in cities at and above the prefecture level. The energy consumption per unit of GDP has dropped 26.4%, and China's 6.6% annual average growth rate was supported by only 3% annual increase in energy consumption. The water consumption per 10,000 yuan of industrial added value has dropped by 55%, and the output rate of major resources has increased by 58%. The outcome of green transition is significant. We have also further improved planning of the territorial space. The national park-based nature reserve system has achieved major progress. Strategies on the development of the Yangtze economic belt and ecological conservation and high-quality development of the Yellow River have deepened. These concrete results have given the people a stronger sense of fulfillment and a deeper understanding of the principle of green is gold. Ecological conservation concerns the fundamentals of the sustainable development of the Chinese nation. We must advance green, circular, and low-carbon development and pursue a model of sound development featuring improved production, higher living standards, and healthy ecosystems. The report to the party's 20th National Congress has made the following plans. First, accelerating the transition to a model of green development. We must work faster to adjust and improve the industrial structure, the energy mix, and the composition of the transportation sector. We'll implement a comprehensive conservation strategy, encourage green consumption, and promote green and low-carbon ways of production and life. Second, intensifying pollution prevention and control. We'll continue to control pollution in a lawful, targeted, science-based way, and make further efforts to keep our skies blue, waters clear, and lands clean. The living environments in both urban and rural areas will be improved, and more will be done to modernize the environmental governance system. Third, enhancing diversity, stability, and sustainability in our ecosystems. We'll carry out major projects for preserving and restoring key ecosystems and for protecting biodiversity. Fourth, working actively and prudently toward the goals of reaching peak carbon emissions and carbon neutrality. We'll exercise better control over the amount and intensity of energy consumption, particularly of fossil fuels, and transition gradually toward controlling both the amount and intensity of carbon emissions. We'll take an active part in global governance on climate change. The harmony between man and nature is a topic for China as well as for the whole world. We'll focus on managing our own affairs well, and at the same time, we'll look forward to seeing the joint efforts of the international community. Thank you. Thank you all for your participation. That concludes today's press conference. Thank you.